For our third and final segment of No Days Off, I wrap up my sit down with former Wait, Cincinnati, and Toledo Threat standout Shareece Ulis McBrayer. The current Owens assistant women's basketball coach breaks down her coaching style and how she balances work with family.
What have you learned from all of these different assistant coaching jobs that you will take when you are a head coach?
I've learned how to deal with different people. I learned that we all need something different. We all are treated equal, but not always fair, depending on who's being the judge. But most importantly, I learned that in order to get kids to believe in you, you have to give them all you have. So outside of basketball, I always want to be there when they need me. And I try my best to do things for them, to uplift them and encourage them. And I think that as a coach, you have to tap in and figure out who they are as people to get them to do whatever it is that you want them to do.
How is it balancing everything? You've got 2 young kids, a son that's 7, a daughter that's 3. You're coaching, you were playing this summer, you're also teaching. How do you do it all?
I said life is about balance. I just try to make sure that I'm never neglecting them for the things that I want, because ultimately they didn't ask to be here. So now my son's into football, he likes basketball. So I'm making sure that when I'm free, I'm at his practice to watch him if I can, or to pick him up, drop him off, however that works. Making sure that we do things that has nothing to do with sports, although our family is a sports family. Like I have cousins that play professionally, I have a cousin that's going to Iowa, so we're a sports family, but I want to create that family balance. So if they have to be with me, they're here now. If they have to be with me, that's okay. When we leave, we still have plenty of time to go out to eat, do things like that. I just try to leave work at work, leave practice at practice. If it's not an emergency, I don't really bring it home. I barely talk about, things that go on at practice when I'm at home, because I want to focus on my family.
I'm sure they think it's so cool that mommy's a coach and a player.
Mm-hmm. My son asked me, why did I retire? And it's pretty amazing to me, because no matter how I played during Toledo Threat days, they still tell me that I was the best player in the world. So those are the things that, kept me going and allowed me to come back to play this last season.
As they grow up, what are some things that you want to instill in them as people, as athletes, just kind of representing you and your family?
The biggest thing is education, because I didn't have that foundation growing up. So now that's number one thing. Like, we don't play sports if we can't read our book, so education, hard work. We don't quit. And sometimes they walk around and they say the McBrayers don't quit. And one thing that they do is they encourage the people around them. If a kid walks in and they say they can't do something, they say, yes, you can. So those are the kind of things that I just want them to know. Nothing in life comes easy. If you get into sports, you're not going to always be the best, but you can never coach hard work. If you work hard, you can be anything you want to be. And those are the kind of things that we literally talk about consistently. And then on the forefront, they pray on their own every single day. So as long as they know that God is the head, I don't think they'll have an issue with any of these things, whether they choose to play sports or not.